On this week's episode of the Box2Box podcast, the boys have a lengthy discussion on Ollie's future. They look at the shambolic defending from Tottenham Hotspur. They touch on the Champions League from this week, and they also look at the weekend's fixtures to come. On to the podcast we go. Hello, and welcome to episode 8 of the Box2Box podcast. If you haven't had a chance to watch last week's episode, please go back and watch it. I'm sure Gase will have it linked on the screen so that you'll be able to an easier click for yourself so you can listen to it straight away. So we're getting to this week's podcast. I'm joined once again by Gase. How you doing, mate?
Not too bad, mate. Can't believe it's episode 8 already.
I know, Jesus Christ. And Reza, how you doing, mate?
I'm good, thanks, mate.
Good.
You need to let all our listeners know.
No, what?
Jan, little announcement.
What, Ollie out?
For those that don't know.
Oh.
Ollie out.
You,
No.
you. If
Okay.
you like, then you should have put a ring.
For listeners to know, myself and my girlfriend got engaged at the weekend. Thank you very much, boys. I think
Congrats.
we'll move strictly away from that and straight onto the football.
You are fucked. Good job, right?
Straight to the football. Straight to the football.
The beginning of the end.
The end is nigh. Right, so we'll move on to the first one. Who wants to take it? Chelsea City.
I'll take it.
Go on, Reza.
City, mega impressive.
Yeah.
Unreal.
I could not believe what I was seeing. Honestly, obviously, I made prediction fucking well wrong. 2-0 Chelsea, way off the mark.
I had the same
Chelsea
thing.
had nothing. I don't think they even had a shot on target. City were just
It's the Lukaku in the big games.
unbelievable.
Goes missing.
Yeah. It was more Werner, to be honest. Werner was real poor for them.
Did you see his trampoline touch in the second half?
Yeah.
And they're passing the ball. Ball went flying up above his head.
No, I was really impressed with City, and I think them and Liverpool have looked really, really good so far.
Yeah.
Obviously, we'll get on to the Liverpool game later because that was incredible. But
That was a very
I
good
could
game.
not. City absolutely out of this world. Played really well. They played Chelsea off the park.
No one expected it either, I don't think. Well,
No,
no one
not
that
at all. I
spoke
think
to.
because Chelsea's record against City under Tuchel has been very good.
And they look good this season, like really good as well.
And they've looked really good. Yeah, they were my favourites up until Saturday, and then the 12:30 kickoff. I think was it 12:30? It was 12:30, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And yeah, mate, just something else.
No, they were very, very, very good. Gase, what did you think, mate?
Yeah, mate, literally, that's really, really good. They just controlled the whole game, to be honest. I still don't know how Jesus scored. There was like 6 Chelsea defenders in front of him, but each to their own. City deserved to win. City should have won, to be fair, 2-3-0 probably.
Yeah.
Chelsea had one.
They should have done. I mean, one thing I would say is Mendy for Chelsea was excellent.
Oh, he was their best player by far.
Yeah, he made some really good saves and he kept them in the game, even though they weren't ever in the game, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But he made the score line. If you look at the score line in isolation, you think, oh, okay, close game. It wasn't a close game at all.
It really wasn't.
City dominated.
They missed a couple of sitters.
They did.
City
Yeah,
as well.
Jack Grealish right at the end. That was
Laporte's from that. Is it a free kick or corner?
It was a cross, little deep
Yeah.
back post, and there was. But no, City just pressed like a madness, and they were, yeah, as we said, really good, really impressive.
Really, really impressive. I suppose the dead silence goes to the next game. Gase,
Yeah,
I'll let you go first, mate.
we have.
I suppose we do.
Yeah, we're
Well, shit.
shit. I mean, we had we had quite a few chances. Villa had good chances, but we are so poor, especially at the back. I don't understand what's going on. I don't know if you saw the kerfuffle with Maguire and De Gea. It's fucking embarrassing. But I just don't understand how we feel so pressured against. I get Villa all right, but at the end of the day, it's Aston Villa. Yeah, come on. I don't give a shit. We just look clueless. We keep trying these stupid balls. Every time, I don't know what the instructions are to Bruno and Pogba, but by the looks of it, it's get the ball to your feet, boom it. Hoof it upfield, play Ronaldo through, kill him. He's a 36-year-old man. Yeah, I mean, we should have scored. We should have scored a few, but we didn't. Couldn't finish. And Mason Greenwood really pissed me off, to be honest. I mean, I know he's a striker through and through, but someone needs to have a word with him and tell him that there's a time and a place to put your head up, because we could have literally had 2 simple square ball goals.
Yeah.
And he's just too greedy. Solskjaer pissed me off, making excuses at the end. Yeah, the goal should have been offside. This bollocks. Penalty
Yeah.
shouldn't have been missed.
So going forward quickly now, before we all save our piece in a second. I don't know how that's not offside when Brighton's 2 the week before were.
Well, this is it, and it is massively, wildly inconsistent. The thing is, I don't know whether if it's not offside, it's a foul. Like, at the end of the day, the guy's got his hands on a goalkeeper.
He's stopping De Gea from getting there. So it's either offside or a foul, either or.
And I think they tried to justify it by saying that De Gea pushed. It was who was it? Was it Wilkins?
I got.
Who was
Watkins.
it?
I think it was Ollie Wilkins backing into him. Yeah,
Ollie Watkins.
Yeah,
Ollie Watkins.
Watkins. That was it. Like, Watkins. That was Wilkins. I don't know where we got Wilkins.
It's Wednesday and Wednesday.
Again. He De Gea pushed him, and they're trying to justify it as, oh well, when he pushed him, he opened up the space. It's like, well, but the fact of the matter is, he had to push him to open up some space.
Yeah.
So if it's not offside, it's a foul. That being said, we deserve nothing from that game. We had a lot of Greenwood was greedy, and that needs to be coached out of him. But Ollie's not going to coach. Ollie can't coach shit. It's just disappointing. And to be honest, it's got to the point now where I'm almost not shocked and not surprised. I mean, I called it a draw, and it could well have been. Obviously, had the penalty got in. We are terrible. And anyone says to me that Ollie is a good manager and Ollie should stay is deluded, is completely delusional, because with that team, we have one of the best teams and squads in the Premier League. Even with the fucking McFred double pivot, we still got one of the best teams in the league. And he's getting nothing from this team. You name me one player who has actually improved under his tutelage.
Fred.
That's banner.
That's a pretty low bar to go up from.
Banner.
No, but you know what I mean.
Fred has improved, but yeah, it's Fred.
I genuinely put him last centre midfielder in the whole Premier League.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather have Norwich's midfield than have Fred in midfield. Hands down.
But I mean, in all seriousness, we're just really bad. And usually at this point, I'd be ranting. I'm not ranting, and I'm not going to rant.
It's gone past
because I'm tired. Yeah, I'm tired, mate. And it's become an expectation. And if we get top 4, it'll be by default, because there is no other team to challenge. Because Leicester are really bad at the moment. Spurs are a joke. Arsenal are still Arsenal. So
Brighton could challenge, you know what I mean?
No, they're not. Brighton have been very lucky, actually. But
we'll get onto that in their game.
yeah, but on a serious note, I'm tired now, boys. I'm tired.
I can sort of understand what you're saying, in honesty with you, pal. I mean, I was working, so I don't know if I'm quite lucky I missed it, really.
Yeah, you were.
I'm glad I didn't get a chance to watch. I think I watched about 10 minutes of the first half, and that was about it, really. I'm lucky I missed it all, and then I had to force myself to re-watch it while we do this, but I just don't get it. I don't get. It's not even like we've got a direction we're going in terms of play, so I can't even put a play style on us.
No, well, this is the biggest issue, right? And I think Gary Neville touched on this, and for the first time, you're starting to hear people who were staunch Ollie supporters starting to turn. The tide is turning slowly, because Gary Neville said that United have no patterns of play, and I've been saying this for years now. I mean, you've got to think it's 3 years at Christmas, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's after the Liverpool game, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, and we have not improved. We haven't improved. One thing I will give him credit for is the signings. Our signings are less scattergun, more targeted, which is excellent. So when Amir says about the way the club's run and things going on, it's better. It is better. I will give him that. I will give any United fan that. It is better. However, if performances on the pitch do not pick up and soon, all of that good work, that good hard work that's gone into getting the club back to where it kind of should be in terms of recruitment and everything, that's going to go out the window. Yeah. Who's going to want to sign for us?
No one. I think a lot of Ollie In fans are going to be turned as well because we've got this squad. You can't not be challenging.
Oh yeah, the pressure's
so
massive.
These results, it can't happen now. It's not like we're sitting here going, oh yeah, but we haven't got a winger, we haven't got a striker, we haven't got a defender, we haven't got a midfielder. He's missing 5 key areas. We're not anymore. We went and signed a £70 million winger for him. We got him the best striker to ever live.
But some people are still talking about the midfield.
Yeah.
And I think they forget that Fergie played John O'Shea in midfield before. He played Jason Park, Phil Jones, Raphael, Darren Fletcher. So that's not an excuse. There's no reason. That midfield is not the reason. We've got the players to seriously mount a serious title challenge. And I know that it's 1 loss and 1 draw in the last 5. So 1 loss, 1 draw in 6.
Champions
4
League
wins.
as well, though.
But and the Carabao Cup as well. We're out of the cup. And let's be honest, out of those 4 wins, there's only 1 win that was truly, we played well. And that was Leeds.
Yeah.
And that's because Leeds are just suicidal Leeds. Other than that, and like I say, boys, I'm just tired, mate, and I'm not looking forward to tonight at all. Yes. Because they're a well-drilled, well-organised team. We saw that in the Europa League final.
We haven't got back 4 either,
as is before.
Wan-Bissaka's out, Shaw's out, Maguire's out.
Yeah, and
just ran.
Defensively, we're terrible. We've signed Varane, but yet we still cannot defend set pieces or balls into the box. Nothing's being worked on, and I'm not seeing any improvement. And I think that's the problem. Like that, obviously we're all. I know you boys were predominantly you were Ollie In, and I think you you're edging still on that side, Ollie In. And you know what? I'd love nothing more than for Ollie to be the one, because ultimately we know full well that he's going to stay for 20 years plus, right? And we are sorted for the next 20 years plus. But he's not. He's not learning anything.
I'm starting to edge towards the fact that I think he's now done all he can, and it now needs the next step.
It needs a good manager to sort the shit out.
Yeah, it does. Because I think if you give this team to any of the top 6 managers, they win the league easy. If you give this team to Tuchel, we're top of the league. If you give it to Klopp, we're top of the league. If you give it to Guardiola, we're top of the league.
I don't even think it's the top. I think you give this team to our previous managers, they do a better job than these do.
I think so too. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say Moyes, but certainly Van Gaal and Jose. I mean, one question I've been asked though is who. Oh yeah, no, but he's changed a lot. To be fair, Moyes has changed. I was talking to a friend of mine at work. He's a West Ham fan, and Moyes has changed a lot from the Moyes that we saw at Everton and then at United. So the Moyes that we see now, it's very, very different. He has improved and he has grown a lot, Moyes. So you do have to give him credit for that.
Moyes.
United were just too big a club at the wrong time, and he brought his Everton mentality to United, and it just didn't work. It was never going to work. Well. You don't show Vidic and Ferdinand videos of Phil Jagielka defending. But with regards to Ollie, I've been asked who do you go and get? My argument to that, because I don't know who you would go and get, because who is available.
Well, we're linked with Conte,
but
yeah,
no. The reason I'd say no to that is because he causes issues at every club that he goes. So he'll go, there's some success, and then he causes issues. Jose, very Jose-like, and we've been there, we've done it. We don't need to do that. We need more stability. Now, Zidane is available. I don't know whether he'd be the right one, but he'd certainly be an improvement on Ollie.
Mm-hmm.
Given his prestige, he actually has won stuff. 4 Champions Leagues, to be precise. So, Zidane is available. Other than that, you could see Poch getting sacked at PSG end of last season, but after last night and the start they've had in Ligue 1, you can't see that happening anytime soon. And there's a real lack of quality managers out there that aren't spoken for. And you look at what's happening. You look at Juve, had to go back to Allegri, right? Barcelona got Koeman. And Real Madrid went to Carlo Ancelotti. And it's just the same names being rehashed and move around, and then they go back, and so I think it's time that United took a chance on someone, and I'm going to say someone now, and it could well be too. I was told that the club's too big for him. It could well be, but he's a good up and coming manager who plays good football. Who's it? Who is it? In the Prem.
I was going to say Eddie Howe until you said Prem.
Yeah, no, in the Prem. No?
Okay.
Potter.
He's linked with Tottenham, isn't he? I mean, Tottenham are thinking about him.
Tottenham offered him the job, and he turned them down. He said, I don't want to go to it. It'll ruin my legacy.
Yeah, because that's Spurs, mate. But
imagine that, bro.
I think he plays the right kind of football, right? And it's progressive, and it's possession based. It's good. It's quick. It's exciting.
The problem is with someone like
we're
him,
not exciting.
Are the players actually going to listen? And take
well, this is it. This is it, right? But we don't know. Did you honestly think that Tuchel would do as well as he has been doing at Chelsea, considering his PSG reign, where they didn't win the Champions League yet? They spent all that money.
No.
True.
But then you still
and
think
so
he's going to do
how many
relatively
managers
well.
are a sure thing? Klopp, how badly did Klopp do at Liverpool his first, season and a half, 2 seasons? It wasn't great at all. The only sure thing out there at the moment is Guardiola. But with Guardiola, you have to have A, a team that's basically already built, and B, a lot of money. And we do kind of have that, but he's not going from City to United. So Tuchel would have been good. But again, obviously now he's at Chelsea. That's done. And he will stay at Chelsea for a while, I think. Klopp at Liverpool, obviously he'll never be able to manage Man United. Guardiola, it's less of an issue, I think, going from City to United than Liverpool to United. But still, you can't see that happening. So then there is very few managers out there, and I do appreciate that fact. However, if we continue in this vein, not only say we're going to lose the all the good work that we've done. Well, not only we lose basically all of our sponsorship deals because we're not doing very well, we're then going to lose all the good work behind the scenes as well. And I think that it's just absolutely, it's just disappointing. And like I say, I'm tired, fellas. But I'll let you boys talk now because I don't know what else to say.
I mean, I think we've covered everything for the United game, really. I think that's that's more than enough. We've covered probably United pod. It's probably a United podcast rather than a football podcast at the moment. So we'll move on to the next. We'll just move on to the next. Everton Norwich. Gase, what do you see of the game, mate?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. I mean, Norwich actually didn't look too shabby going forward, to be honest. I don't think they have all season. They're just really iffy at the back, still are. I mean, it was a pen to set Everton off the put them in the lead, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, Doucouré, I think, had a great game. He's just, I mean, I don't want to talk about obviously United, but he'd be quite good at us. But no, in terms of a solid midfielder, he does a bit of everything. He gets himself in the box, defends really well, can pass the ball. Doucouré run their midfield. But yeah, Norwich weren't too bad this time, but just Everton were just a bit too good.
Fair enough. Reza?
Yeah, as Gay said, Doucouré and Digne as well.
Yeah.
Left back played really, really well. I was impressed by Everton. I think it was a good result for them. Norwich are bad. I mean, Norwich, they've scored 2 goals in 6 games, conceded 16, lost all 6. They are a real bad football team.
A shoe-in to go down
at the moment.
Really.
They are at the moment, yeah. Well, I can't see anything changing. They're just defensively, they're suicidal, a bit like Leeds. But obviously, at least Leeds can attack. But well done to Everton. I think it was a good result, and actually, Everton have been pretty good so far this season.
I do worry for next weekend.
Yeah,
or Saturday coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I worry every game now, mate. But anyways.
All right, I there's nothing much more I can really say about the Everton Norwich game. I've just pretty much covered everything off.
You take away the next one then, mate.
Oh, I go to the next one's Leeds West Ham. I actually really like this game. I thought it was a really good game. But then I like I like watching Leeds play, knowing the fact that I don't have anything to do with them because they're just trying to attack. It doesn't matter if they're 4-0 down, 3-0 up. They're just trying to score, which is quite good. But they played quite well. Rafinha's goal was really good.
Yeah,
and I just think West Ham got. I don't know if they got away with it. I don't know if I could say that. But they got the win in the end. That's I suppose the only thing that matters. Antonio once again a beast.
Good goal.
Involved in everything though as well, and he pretty much he's their man. He's their main guy. Everything goes through him. And I thought West Ham probably deserved. I don't know if you say deserved the win.
No, I don't think deserved. I think it was good. It was good. It could have gone either way. To be fair, I thought Leeds had good chances too.
Yeah.
It was a big mistake from West Ham to allow Leeds on the attack, though. Though Rafinha's goal was really good, it was shoddy defending to give the ball away, passing back. Jay Lings, mate.
Jay Lings.
They watched their mentor and were like, "Oh, what can we do?" So, but
yeah,
it was all right.
Very well. Reza, what did you see of the game?
A good game. Like Antonio was very good. Bowen was actually very good as well in this game for West Ham.
Yeah.
I think you probably say maybe a little bit lucky, a little bit fortunate for West Ham to get the win. A draw was probably a fairer result, but Antonio's goal was very good as well. Leeds need to learn to defend. They just can't defend, and in this league, you have to be able to defend. And it's all well and good sitting in from the looking in from the outside, and going, "Oh, this is really exciting to watch." It might be exciting to watch, but as a Leeds fan, it must be a bloody nightmare because you've got a really good team there. You've got a good squad.
No, I've got a good squad,
and it's just gung ho, hell for leather, and eventually that's going to cost them because it's one of those situations where if they don't start scoring more goals, they've scored 6 goals this season. And if they don't start scoring more goals, they've conceded 14.
Yeah.
They're going to find themselves in real big trouble. The only team that have conceded more is Norwich.
Yeah.
No, they do.
And they're already in trouble. They're already in the relegation battle. I mean, I know it's early on, but still, they're down there.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think they go down. I think they have too much quality to go down. I think they'll work their way out of it. But they need to learn to defend and pronto. But I just don't know if Bielsa's got it in him. He just seems to be. I mean, he's a crazy bastard in himself, isn't he? So it's just the team kind of is a reflection of the manager.
Yeah.
Well, I think that covers that game off. We got what's next? Leicester Burnley. Jesus, Gase.
Good game.
It was a good game.
It was definitely Leicester's points to drop. To be honest, Burnley had some good chances, but Leicester were pretty dominant, to be honest, if you watch the game. Yeah. Jamie Vardy's really, really good, mate. When he plays on the shoulder and gets in behind you.
Yeah.
he's a force to be reckoned with.
He is.
But
You were played really well.
yeah, quite a few missed chances. I think Leicester could quite easily have taken it away, but not taking anything away from Burnley. Well, they grinded it out, and Cornet's goal was great, mate. The turn on the volley, first time, bang.
Yeah.
Good goal.
No, really good goal. Oh, it was almost my goal of the week.
It was mine too until we'll talk
about that later on. But yeah, Reza, what did you see of the game?
Yeah, crazy. Leicester's defending has gone real toilet. Which is interesting because last year, after Maguire left, they were lauding. How do you pronounce his name?
Soyuncu.
Their Turkish defender, yeah, and saying, "Well, look, who needs Maguire? We've got him." They're not great. Obviously, Vardy got a hat trick in this game, so kudos to him. All three finishes were pretty good as well.
Yeah,
they were, and yeah, the second Burnley goal was really impressive, really good technique, and you got a feel for Burnley because obviously Chris Wood's goal right at the death. I still don't like the application of the offside rule in the Premier League. I still feel that offside was there. The rule was created to stop an advantage being had, right? That was the point. It was to stop players standing in the 6-yard box, waiting for the ball to come, and then they just tap it in. That was basically the idea. It's to stop what happens in, like, when you play Wembley at school, right? When you have that kid who stands on the goal line and just waits for the ball and just tries to nick it in, right? It was to stop that kind of crap. What it's now doing is stopping goals like that because, I mean, his heel was offside, right? And I know they've made thicker lines this year and they have made changes and it has improved. It's still not right because how can you consider that an advantage? I don't get it. Yeah. So I do feel that Burnley were a little bit hard done by, but the rules are the rules at the moment, so you have to accept it. But yeah, good game, entertaining game. But Leicester, again, another team that last year their defending was pretty good this time. And I did fancy them to be up there. I mean, they're sat in 13th at the moment, 2 wins from 6. So again, they're going to have to start picking up points soon. I mean, there's a long way to go, don't get me wrong. But I did expect them to be pushing for 4th. And they look quite far from it at the moment.
Yeah. No, I can see what you're saying.
They lost for Fana, didn't they? But he's injured, but there's no way he can make up that much difference. I don't know what's going on.
No, something's not quite right there. I don't know what to put my finger on it. Who played at the back for him at the weekend?
It was Soyuncu.
Vestergaard.
Yeah, they've got Vestergaard
from Southampton.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's him. Maybe they just haven't gelled together just yet.
Maybe. Or lack of Johnny Evans.
Yeah, Johnny Evans must be quite a big figure for him.
But no, they've got defensive issues and yeah, they need to pick it up.
Yeah. Right, we'll move away from that one. We'll go for the Watford-Newcastle game. Reza?
Another really entertaining game, actually. I thought both teams went for it. Overall, just, a good football game. I actually enjoyed watching, the highlights on Match of the Day. There's not much else to say, really. Obviously, Newcastle, I think, probably should have scored another. The Saint-Maximin when he was 1-on-1.
Yeah.
And obviously it was difficult because who was it? It was Longstaff, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Obviously he didn't expect the ball to come to him because he thought Saint-Maximin was going to take the keeper on and get round him. Obviously, as it turned out, he didn't. And so the ball just kind of came to him. But the Longstaff goal was excellent as well.
No,
really good.
Yeah, it was really good goal.
And Sarr was really impressive in this game as well.
He's been really impressive
Again.
since they come back into the league, isn't he? Really,
Yeah, he has.
very impressive.
Yeah, he's one of those like Samaximan. You don't quite. I can't quite put my finger on why other clubs aren't looking at him, or maybe they are. They just think it's too expensive, or there's something, maybe an
I was
attitude
speaking
problem. I don't know.
to a Newcastle fan. I went to his house the other day at work, and he said that a lot of teams that are after St Maximin are waiting to see if Newcastle go down or not. Because if they go down, they're probably getting for about 20 million. Whereas if they stay up and they try and get him, they're probably looking 50, 60. So I think a lot of teams are waiting this year to see if Newcastle go down, then they can pick him up for 20, 30 million. And it won't be that much money spent.
I mean, possibly. I guess it could well be.
Gaze, what did you think of the game?
Yeah, pretty much what you said. Good. Both teams had a good amount of chances. It was a great goal from Longstaff. I mean, I think the keeper made it look a bit better with the bang into the corner, but it was a great strike. Draw to me seemed quite reasonable. Yeah, it was all right.
Yeah, fair enough. Right, we move on to the last game on the Saturday, which was the Brentford-Liverpool game. Who would like to go?
You go, mate. You go.
You go. It was actually a great game of football. I actually loved it. End to end.
Of course you would. It was Liverpool.
I thought, Brentford, mate. I love Brentford, mate. Brentford are giving me a joy at the moment. Man United are so shit. I like watching Brentford. But yeah, no, Brentford played really well. Really, really well. And I think they gave Liverpool a bit of a shock in that. I don't think Liverpool were going to see them play that well. I think they thought they were going to steamroll them, and Brentford proved otherwise. And then your man up top, Gaze, Tony, even though he didn't get on the score sheet,
He's a force to be reckoned
he
with,
was
mate.
unbelievable for them. I think he was probably their best player, even though he didn't get on the score sheet. He was absolutely unbelievable. He was giving Liverpool a problem, considering it's Van Dijk as well. He was giving Van Dijk a problem for the whole game.
Van Dijk looked quite off it, to be fair. If you watch like some of the goals, he didn't.
Yeah, no, I don't know what happened. Their whole defence didn't seem on it though, and
No.
they pretty much had their full strength defence back, and
Yep.
they were shit, basically.
But no, Brentford, like I said, man, I've said since the beginning, they look like they're a force to be reckoned with. Tony's unbelievable, but just Brentford as a whole, mate, they're grinders. They do everything they can. They actually play good football.
Yeah, they work hard, and I think you're right. Like, in terms of grinders, they work really hard for each other, for one another, for the club, for the badge, for the manager, and I've been really impressed with them as well. I think breath of fresh air, and it's a cliche, right? But they do seem like a breath of fresh air, and
Yeah.
I think the way they went at Liverpool, no fear, and I mean that Liverpool defense is very good. Obviously, particularly with Van Dijk back, and they've been very good, Liverpool, so far. But yeah, just absolutely no fear. I mean, they'd only conceded one goal before that game on Saturday, Liverpool, which was against Chelsea.
Yeah.
And so to concede three, just absolutely mental. I mean, I was in the pub with a few Liverpool fans, and there was a United fan, and obviously the other United fan and I were cheering for Brentford. And so happy when they got the goal. And obviously, I mean, Liverpool probably could have had a couple more. The Brentford keeper was excellent.
He was
from Jota.
So, yeah, I mean, I don't know if I presume we're doing a best 11 this week,
are
we?
We are, yes. Team of the week,
it's been difficult. It's been very difficult because there have been a couple of really good, solid goalkeeping performances this weekend.
No, very good. Yeah, no, I thought they were very good.
Yeah, good game.
Yeah, very good game. Right, so what was the next game on the Sunday? Oh, Wolves versus Southampton? Am I right there?
Yeah.
So was Southampton
massively unlucky,
home?
Southampton.
I thought they played quite well.
Yeah, they were, yeah. Yeah, they did play well.
Yeah, they played quite well.
I thought they were really, really unlucky. They had, I mean, I'm just looking at the stats now. So 18 shots to 5. 6 on target to 3, 57% possession to 43. I thought Wolves were fortunate to come away with a victory in this game. Just a little bit of quality.
I think Raul Jimenez back to his best. That was unbelievable, that goal.
yeah, it was a superb goal. I do think Southampton, they missed someone like Danny Ings in this game.
Yeah.
I thought they created a lot, and they can feel really, really hard done by. I've been quite impressed with Southampton thus far. I know that it's difficult. I say I've been impressed. They haven't won a game yet, but they've not made it easy for any team that have faced them. And that bodes well for longer term, because I think they're difficult to break down, and they also create quite a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel sorry for Southampton. Wolves will probably say that it's just desserts because earlier in the season, yeah, exactly that. And so Wolves count themselves unlucky the first few games of the season, and I guess what goes around comes around, right? It's just so happens it's Southampton the unlucky ones this time.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, fair enough. I think that's a good assumption of the game. I just, talk about the only thing that mainly stood out for the game of Raul Jimenez's goal still. I thought, I was sort of sitting there going, wow.
Well,
if he does that a bit more, Jesus.
But weirdly enough, like as a football fan, it puts a smile on your face to see him doing stuff like that, right? Because obviously the season prior to the head injury, he was immaculate. He was unbelievable. And then seeing him, it was a great goal, right? Just he showed so much power, and then just the little finesse at the end. It was good to see. I mean, he's obviously not back, right? But it was just good to see him do what he did prior to the injury.
Yeah. No, yeah. No, Sam. Well, so that does that game then. So then we move on to the Arsenal Spurs game. It's like the shit playing the shit. Really.
You lot laughed at me. You lot laughed at me last week.
I'm still laughing now, to be honest, because
I didn't expect Spurs to play 4-1-5.
Spurs were terrible, terrible football. I feel for Nuno because I don't think he's that bad, but Spurs are showing up. Harry Kane's completely disinterested.
The whole team
completely. And well, it's a poor team. They haven't got a good team at all, Spurs. And on the flip, I mean, the problem here is the Arsenal fans are going, oh, look, we're back. Believe the process. Nah, mate, it was Spurs.
I think Arsenal are starting to slowly hit a bit of a stride. But yeah, no, Spurs Arsenal wanted it more at the end of the day.
They did this last year, though, mate. You know, Arsenal, I think, were the second best team in terms of form. If you go from January to the end of the season, Arsenal were second in the league in the form table or something like that. So it's not a surprise. They just have a lot of bad results mixed in with some good results, mixed in with a lot of draws. Obviously, this season, they can't get a draw for some reason. 3 wins, 3 losses. But they are starting to click. Odegaard's very, very good.
He is good.
And
Smith Rowe looked good.
Smith Rowe was excellent. Yeah, he was. Saka as well, excellent.
Yeah. And
yeah, Spurs just nothing. And that's 3 losses in a row now.
I can't believe you see Jamie Carragher. Did you watch Monday Night Football? Jamie Carragher's analysis of the Tottenham midfield, and there was, I think, the first minute of the game. They were playing 3 in midfield, Tottenham. Obviously, Højbjerg sitting, and Ndombele and Dele Alli. Mm-hmm. And Dele Alli and Ndombele were playing striker, pretty much. Striker's position. And Højbjerg was standing in the middle of the pitch just going, what the fuck is going on, basically. He's been outnumbered 3-1 every single time. I just can't believe it. Jamie Carragher said there's less space on the moon than there is in Tottenham's midfield.
It's weird though, isn't it? Because you look, that team must be so disinterested because, like, Wolves were very well drilled when he had Wolves. And, I mean, like Red said, they're just not a very good rounded team at all. But still, like, your CMs ended up, you're basically playing a front 5 with 1 sitting. Go on.
What do you think it is?
I think half
is it Jose?
Half it's Harry Kane.
Is it Jose fallout? Or you think it's Harry Kane?
No, I think Harry Kane doesn't want to be there, and he said he wants to go. And I think everyone else is probably sitting there going, well, if he wants to go, why are you playing him every week?
But then, yeah, that as well. But also, I get surprised by players like Dele Alli and Ndombele, right? Because Nuno's giving you your chance. Obviously, Dele Alli wasn't on the radar at all for Mourinho. He hated him. He was going to go to PSG at one point because obviously...
We did have moments, though, Ali, to be fair, under Jose as well, like towards the latter stages. But Dele Alli's got a shitty attitude anyway. He's got a terrible attitude. He always has had a terrible attitude, Dele Alli. And Ndombele, his attitude doesn't seem much better. And I think you're right. I think there's a lot of players with bad attitudes in that team. And I think the previous seasons, you had Harry Kane and Son to kind of get you out of trouble. Now it's just Son.
Yeah.
And it's a massive effect because obviously Harry Kane created a lot of goals for Son last year. And at the moment he's doing nothing because he is just completely disinterested.
Yeah, he don't care. He definitely don't care.
No. The problem is, I don't know if City will be back in for him in the summer.
To be fair,
Not with Haaland on the mark.
I was having this discussion with a Tottenham fan and Tan the other day, to be fair. The fact that it doesn't make sense to me when players have a bad attitude, like we had with Pogba initially.
Yeah.
Where he decided he wanted to go and then started playing like shit, because surely then that team's going to look at you and think, well, nah, we don't want
It depends because I guess it depends on what's going. Because I don't think that those teams, no one's going to look at Harry Kane and go, no, I don't want Harry Kane. They're going to look at it and go, keep playing like that, son, because at the end of the day, your value's dropping every time you play like that. Knowing that he is talented, and I think it's the same for Pogba. I think that when the player wants to go, I don't think they don't need to in the shop window because they're already in the shop window.
Yeah.
What they need to then do is drive their price down so then people can afford them. Obviously, Harry Kane was simply priced out of a move. City just refused to pay 160 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose. But then what about if the club that you're going to be going to thinks that you're just a bad egg and that's the reason why the team started to lose? Because they might turn around and think that if you're like this and you don't like it here, you might do the same thing and the same thing is going to happen to our club.
You may do, but for a club like City, all they need is 2 or 3 seasons out of Harry Kane. They'll win the Champions League with Harry Kane up top, and that's it for them. He's paid for himself. So whatever he does after that is fine. I know what you're saying, but I don't think that factors. I honestly don't think it factors. I think that players with bad attitudes, there'll still be clubs willing to take a chance on them, and we've seen it time and time again. And it's just football. I don't think Harry Kane's necessarily trying to force his move, but he's just disinterested and he just can't motivate himself or get himself motivated enough to get through the games. But like I say, I don't think City go back for him because Haaland's available next summer. So is Mbappe. Now, Mbappe, obviously, to Real Madrid seems like it's done, but we'll see.
Oh, no, that's done,
It's
mate.
not done.
That's done.
You reckon?
Yeah. He ain't going anywhere else.
I mean, you could see Haaland and Mbappe at Real Madrid ended up at Real Madrid. But I do think that City will probably be in for Haaland now. And I think that Kane's probably lost his opportunity at a big move, especially with United signing Ronaldo. That being said, maybe United, maybe. But we don't need a striker.
Go for him, though,
we need a new manager.
Could someone abroad go for him? Like Barcelona?
Well, they've got no money, so it'd be difficult. But I know what you're saying.
Juventus.
Juventus are in dire straits as well.
Like Bayern Munich as well, right?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Lewandowski's on the tail end of his career. You know, so.
Lewandowski
it's just when I don't know.
Challenge.
I don't know if Kane would want to go abroad.
Yeah.
I get the impression that he quite likes it at home, and so I think he'd rather stay if he could.
Yeah.
But the
But
only problem is if he did go to Manchester, he's not going to be really at home anymore. He's still going to have to move.
yeah.
Unless he's planning on
You're
going
right.
to Chelsea. Because he ain't going to go to Arsenal, is he? Let's face it that way.
He's not going to Chelsea. Not with Lukaku. You consider they're
yeah.
the same, pretty much the same age, aren't they? I think as well.
Somewhere around there,
he's
yeah.
not going to end up at Chelsea.
Yeah, so he's going to have to move.
Can't see him going Liverpool. So it's City or United.
I was talking to a Liverpool fan the other day though at work, and he reckons that if Kane went there, he'd be like the biggest upgrade on Firmino that you can possibly get. Because
no, the problem is, and I can see why, because in terms of his overall play, he's very Firmino-esque. However, Firmino's quite happy being a guy in the background. I don't think Harry
was
Kane...
saying that, because obviously the way that when Harry Kane was dropping off and giving the ball to Son all the time, and Son was scoring loads of goals, he thinks that in the Liverpool team he would drop off, feed Salah, feed Mane, everything that they need. But then when Firmino's lacking in goals and he'd miss easy chances, Harry Kane won't miss them.
Yeah. I mean, it's not too far-fetched, to be fair. I just think that you need to be really happy being a facilitator. And I don't know if Harry Kane is happy being a facilitator, because that's all Firmino is to Liverpool.
Yeah.
He doesn't do much else, whereas Harry Kane will want to. And whether that works or not, I don't know. But it's an interesting point. It's definitely an interesting perspective. But I can't see him ending up anywhere other than City or United.
Fair enough. No worries. So we'll move on from that game and Harry Kane. We'll move on to the last game of the weekend, which is on Monday night. Palace versus Brighton. Reza, what did you think of the game?
Good game. Good game of football. Palace, again, surprising me. Although they've only won one game this season so far, which sort of surprises me as well, because I think they've been playing quite good football.
Yeah.
Unlucky to draw this game. I think Ayew had a chance, 70 odd minute, 70th off minute, and then their defending for the Mopé goal was atrocious. What the fuck are they doing?
I saw a stat for
95th minute.
What's his name? Iowa? Is it Iowa, isn't it?
Ayew.
He has he scored one goal in his last 38 chances, I think it is, that he's had.
Really?
And they put the chances as like clear cut chances where it's like him 1-on-1 with a goalkeeper or 1-on-1 with like a good shot inside the box. He scored 1 out of 38. I was like, how?
Nice.
Meant to be a striker.
Yeah, no, they should have won that game.
No, they should. I thought they should have.
But poor finishing and poor defending ultimately cost them, which isn't a surprise.
I think Brighton choked because they knew they were going to go top of the league. I think they just thought,
quite possibly.
We're top.
Brighton have been riding their luck a bit though this season. I don't think, when you look at the games and you break the games down, they haven't been sweeping teams away. They've been the difference Brighton this year to last year is obviously they're scoring goals. Which is obviously their biggest issue. But they've still only got 8 goals, which is the lowest in the top 9. You have to drop down to 10th to get any lower, which is Arsenal with 5 in 10th. So still not scoring a lot of goals. And they conceded 5 as well. So I think Brighton can consider themselves pretty fortunate to be where they are currently.
Yeah.
That being said, in a way, it's nice to see them up there. Can it last? No, obviously. But they've much improved on last season.
No, they've definitely improved.
Which is surprising because they haven't signed a striker. I hate Mopé.
This game against Palace was probably the revenge for last year when Brighton battered Palace. I can't remember whether it was at home or away. And Palace did them 2-1. So I think it's probably just a bit of a...
That's fair. And like we said earlier, what goes around comes around, right? It does. So, yeah, quite possibly. But, yeah, all in all, decent, but
yeah,
it shouldn't have been.
No, it shouldn't have been. Gase, anything else to add on that, mate?
Nah, pretty much covered everything about that game.
Sounds? No worries then. So that covers the weekend's fixtures. Should we move on to our team of the week, boys?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Normal then. So goalkeeper, who we got in goal?
Martinez. Aston Villa I've got a lot of Villa.
I don't know how to pronounce his name. I've gone the Leeds goalkeeper. I thought you played amazing.
I've got Mendy for Chelsea.
Fair enough.
I was going to go
Difference
for
of
the Brentford
opinion.
keeper. The
Yeah.
only reason I didn't was because I thought it would be really difficult to put in a goalkeeper that's conceded 3 goals in my team of the week.
Fair enough.
It could have been worse.
Right, so back 4 then, guys. We got going across.
I've gone, mate, it's literally City Villa. I've gone Cash, Diaz, House, and Cancelo's Raukins.
Literally ditto, mate.
Good, mate, he's a banger. Now, I'm still jelly that we didn't get him when he was at Juve. But
He's probably
Go
right
on,
back
Riz.
or left back, aren't he? Jesus. Go on, Reza.
Riz?
So I've got Digne at left back.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've gone Gabriel
For Arsenal.
for Arsenal. Yeah, he had a good game, mate. I think
Fair
Arsenal
enough.
had a good, Arsenal's defence had a decent game against Spurs. Diaz and then Cancelo.
Nice.
I know that Cancelo played on the left, and he has been playing on the left for City, but I'm taking liberties.
Okay.
I'm playing him on the right.
Like it. Midfield, guys.
Yeah, like I said to you, I had trouble putting him in, but got Jordan Henderson and Doucouré as my two
Jesus,
centres.
right there, mate.
Doucouré, unreal. And I've given Arsenal their spotlight, mate. I've gone both their wingers, so Smith Rowe and Saka.
Fair enough. I've gone from right to left. Damari Gray, Bernardo Silva, John McGinn, and Saka. I know Saka didn't play on the left, but I thought he was unbelievable for him, so I had to put him in. Reza?
So I've again taken some liberties with positioning here.
Oh, here we go.
I've gone Saka,
Yeah.
Smith Rowe, Salah, and Doucouré.
Have you got a centre midfielder in there? Oh, yeah, Doucouré.
Yeah,
Jesus.
Doucouré.
Just play everyone on the wing. Just play it out wide. We'll sort it out.
Nice.
It's like that scene in Meme Machine when he asks, strikers here, midfielders here, defenders, everyone's a striker.
Right, go to the strike force, guys.
Jimenez Antonio.
I've gone Tony Antonio. Reza?
Well, at least we've all got Antonio.
Yeah.
I've gone Vardy.
Fair
Tony
enough.
didn't score, mate.
Did you not see how good he was against
Striker that don't
The-
score,
the
coming in team of the week.
the so-called
Vardy
best
got a hat-trick,
defender
boys.
Vardy
ever?
did get a hat-trick.
The so-called best defender ever in Premier League history.
Oh, yeah, no, that's bullshit, though. That's
Couldn't do
Liverpool fans.
anything
According to-
to Tony. Tony ran him ragged for 90 minutes.
But Vardy got a hat-trick, and Antonio is just something else at the moment.
Antonio is a
Hardly
monster.
got a hat-trick.
He did get a hat-trick. Why are you laughing? He got a hat-trick. Have a look. Here, then, I'm going to have a look.
Do you reckon he asked for the match ball after the game? So I count the match ball, please.
Here we go. Jamie Vardy, 12, own goal. Jamie Vardy, 37. Jamie Vardy, 85. Vardy. He got a hat-trick, mate. All good goals as well. Solid finishes.
No, he was
All of
good.
them.
So that concludes our team of the weeks. Anyone listening wants to put their team of the week in the comments below, please do. I'm sure we'll look at them and compare them and see what you've got as well. So we move on to goal of the week. I think we're pretty much all three of us going to be Longstaff.
No, right, so I've
here
got
we
two
go,
here.
Jesus. Oh, here we go. Every time.
And I think it's Cornet.
Yeah, I had
I
that.
thought you was going to say
Pains
Longstaff.
me. To be fair, Cornet's better. I think Cornet's technically was better because it's a fucking little spinning volley.
Oh, mate, the technique was unbelievable.
yeah. But I just think for spectacular, the Longstaff was a banger.
No, the Longstaff goal was
Yeah.
excellent. I mean, Jimenez's goal was very good. Antonio's goal was good
Yeah,
as well. But no, for me, I'm going to go Cornet for me.
nice.
I love
Yeah.
a good volley.
Were you Longstaff as well?
I'm Longstaff, yeah. Honorary mention was obviously Cornet and Rafinha's goal. I thought was good for Leeds.
Oh, yeah.
It
Do
just
you know what
got
I
a
thought
really
was
well
really
taken
good as
goal.
well? Vardy's first goal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Really good
No, it
finish.
was really good.
Unbelievably good finish.
It was a typical
First
Jamie
time,
Vardy
bang.
goal.
And it's not easy to score goals like that.
Yeah.
That's a difficult technique.
No, typical Jamie Vardy.
I don't know about difficult, mate. Me on Sunday League.
Oh, Jesus.
You're on FIFA, did I hear?
Yeah. Dreamland.
Right, that does it for this last week just gone then. Prediction-wise, Reza, you got it this week, mate. You got
Nice.
4 of the 10 right with 2 correct results. And then me and Gase
There
got
we go.
3 of the 10 with 2 correct.
Good job.
Yeah. So we move on to the week coming up.
Let's move.
Start off with a great one, which is United Everton.
Boom.
2-1 Everton. Genuinely is what I think is going to happen. Anyone that's got half a midfield beats us.
I mean, they've got really good. Alan Doucouré.
Yeah, our midfield's fucked. So go on.
I can't go against us. I'm never going to. I don't give a crap who it is.
Go on.
2-0 United.
2-0.
2-0, yeah.
Right, okay, Reza.
Could go 7.
Ollie out, 1-0.
Every week. Burnley Norwich.
2-1 Burnley.
I've gone 2-0 Burnley. Reza.
Yeah, I'll go 2-0 Burnley. I can't see Norwich scoring.
Chelsea Southampton.
Both Southampton are good. They don't seem to score. 3-0 Chelsea.
I've gone Lukaku only scores against the little teams. We'll score a hat-trick against Southampton. 3-0.
1-0 Chelsea.
Leeds Watford.
Oh,
It was a hard one. I was initially going to give Leeds, but I've gone 3-1 Watford. I just
Wow.
don't see Leeds defending well.
Reza.
I go 2-2.
Oh, really nice.
I'm going 2-1 Leeds.
Home win.
Home win. Wolves Newcastle.
1-1 draw.
I've gone 1-0 Wolves.
I was going to say 1-0 Wolves.
Are you still going to say 1-0 Wolves?
Just
Yeah,
waiting
just because he said it.
He's waiting to hear what we say first, and then he's going to go, yeah, that sounds
He's
brilliant. I
doing
like
the
that
army
one.
trick.
The army
Army
trick, yeah. So, Rez, Brighton Arsenal.
1-0 Arsenal.
I've gone 2-1 Brighton.
I've gone
Though I think they should be buzzing from their last win, but I think
3-1 Arsenal. I've gone.
Nice.
Palace Leicester. I've gone 1-0.
2-1 Leicester. Leicester have to turn it around, mate. They can't just keep shitting the bed.
Rez.
I go 2-1 Palace.
He's only done that because we've said something. It was really going to be 2-1 Leicester. Spurs Villa.
1-0.
1-0.
I think Villa could take it, but 1-0.
I'm going 1-0 Villa.
2-0 Villa.
Tottenham destruction of Villa, mate.
West Ham Brentford.
2-2. I think Brentford are good against the big teams. Against West Ham, I think it'll be quite a head-on clash. Be a good game.
I've gone
2-1 West Ham.
That's what I've gone as well. I just think away from
Oh,
home.
you
No,
sure, Tan? Oh, mate, you wait for Reds to say that first.
Yeah.
And then the last one for the weekend is Liverpool Man City.
I've gone 2-2, but it depends. No, to be fair, I'm sticking 2-2. I was going to say City play again like they did against Chelsea. They're winning, but 2-2.
I've gone 2-1 City.
No one back in Liverpool. Reds?
3-1 City.
3? You think they're going to get 3 at Anfield?
Mate, Brentford got 3.
Not Anfield.
There you go.
I don't give a shit where they
To be
Okay.
fair,
play.
Liverpool
Where it
defend
is.
like they did against Brentford, mate. They're in trouble.
8-0 City coming up.
Hope so.
That's the last one, though. Isn't it? That's the last fixture.
Yeah, that's the last fixture. And it does it for this week's episode.
Do
I'd
you
like,
want to touch on the Champions League?
we could touch on Champions League if you guys want to. I mean, little Lionel decided to show his masterclass again.
Hella Messi, mate.
Oh,
Even
Jesus,
Guardiola
mate.
comes out and said that you can't handle him.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to put your hands up and go, wow, that was fucking believable. And I think
Well,
Man
I
City
can't
had to last
yeah.
night.
Well, the thing is, City controlled the game, but they just, weirdly enough, they looked a little bit like United, you know, when a team sits back, we can't unlock defences because we haven't got creative players. City have a team of creative players,
And still
and they
can't
can break them down. But yeah, just like I said to you, if anyone knows what a speed boost on FIFA is like when Messi gets the ball, mate, I can't believe how fast he is.
It's like a speed glitch. It's like playing Call of Duty. Someone skipping around the map.
That PSG front three, they shouldn't be allowed, really, to be honest.
It's just the way that everyone else defends, and then they just let the front three do what they want. It's almost like, yeah, just give it to one of them, they'll score at some point.
Yeah. I thought City weren't bad, but just PSG were good going forward.
Very good. What was the other game? Liverpool Porto, was it?
Liverpool Porto, yeah.
I didn't watch this game. I didn't even see the result, in all honesty. 5-1 Liverpool.
Yeah, I mean, I saw the result. Obviously, it seemed like Liverpool just completely destroyed them. I haven't seen it, but you can't imagine anything other than that with the scoreline.
Just looking at the stats, it was utter domination, to be honest. Jesus.
Big shout out to Sheriff.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see the screamer as well? Their second
I haven't
goal
seen.
was,
I haven't seen anything from last night. Unfortunately, I was busy.
Their second goal was a screamer, mate. I watched.
But I will watch it. And also Club Brugge as well.
Yeah, I was going to say that Club Brugge beating Leipzig.
Big result. And so when I was talking to my friends about Ollie out, and it's like who? The one name that they mentioned was Ten Hag for Ajax.
He's got them playing very well.
Well, Ajax play good football anyway, don't they? And I think that would be quite good, I think. But yeah, obviously they good win for them last night, and then Shakhtar on a desk. And Inter.
It's my ultimate team name, mate.
That is
Shakhtar.
That's why I said it.
Oh, is it really? I didn't know you know. He's been scoping out my team already.
What about any?
You've always got FIFA 22.
Yeah, we have. Yeah.
Any predictions for the Prem games tonight? Chelsea, Juve, United, Villarreal.
Chelsea are going to beat
United, Villarreal's a draw. And Chelsea will do Juve.
I think Chelsea 3-0.
I've done 2-0 Chelsea and then 2-1 United, but I think we could easily lose this game, to be honest.
Well, they're going to sit 11 men behind the ball and catch.
Yeah, they're going to do exactly what they did
in the
Europa League final.
Exactly the same.
We're going to fall for it, and because Ollie has no idea of how to break down. Do you know? Actually, one thing I need to say. I need to go back to United. Right? No. Laughing at me. Ollie Solskjaer even said himself, "We struggle against the low block." You motherfucker, that's your job. He comes out and says, "We struggle against the low block." It's like, what am I to do? It's like, that's your job, mate.
Yeah, the American longest shot.
Your job.
It's not long shot of Waterboy. When he's got that coaching book for dummies. He's reading it on one side. And the other side, the other guy's going, laughing at the fucking tactics things. Literally like that. Ollie's sitting there with coaching for under 11s.
Well, we're going to come out firing all cylinders tonight, annihilate, and we're all going to be happy next.
No, because it's going to be a low block, and Ollie's just going to go where it's a low block. I don't know what to do, mate. What am I to do? If they tried to play football and attacked us, we'd win. It's like, yeah, Ollie, that's not how football works, mate. Yeah, but why? Well, because we can't play Leeds every week, mate.
He's stuck in 99, mate.
Do you know what he is? He's literally stuck in the 90s. The style of play, bringing in Phelan, it's very, he's trying to recreate United, the United that he knew, but football's moved on. It's moved on a long, long way since then. And the one thing that Fergie managed to do was keep coming back and keeping all of these big teams at bay. You can't do it, mate. You're not Ferguson. You need to go. And if you really love the club, if you're listening to this, Ollie, you need to go,
sure
mate.
He is.
Well, why would he
It's
not?
starting to sound like Claude now. It's time to go.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Claude.
So no.
That does it then. That's just stop being at the Man United podcast. So that does it for this week's episode of Box2Box Podcast. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and give the video a little like. I'm sure Gace will put the socials on the screen as well. Please like and follow all our socials. If you want to appear in the podcast with us, just give us a little comment on the YouTube video below, or reach out to us on any of our socials, and we'll get you booked in for a day to come on with us. Doesn't have to be a United fan, like I say every single week. Can be any fan you want, apart from Tottenham, I'd probably say, because you don't know anything about football if you're a Tottenham fan. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for listening.
Have a good one.
Cool. Thanks all. Take care.